This banner breakdown is for the Doorway to Destiny banner, which features 3 units from Genealogy of the Holy War. Now, I don't have a lot of time on my hands at the moment, so this banner breakdown is going to be shorter than my other ones because I will not be covering more builds in depth. Sorry about that, but I wanted to keep making videos regardless. Now for today's banner we have Quan, Silvia, and Lewyn. We'll take a quick look at their stats plus their new weapons or skills. Let's jump right in. Quan is the Leaf's father and is a Lance Cavalry unit. He sports 44 HP, which is second highest for Lance Cavs, and also dethrones Legendary Ephraim for the highest attack for the class with 37. He also has a respectable 31 defense, and all of this is balanced out by a slightly below average 29 speed and a very low 16 resistance. Quan's Gay Bogue is a legendary lance that grants plus 5 attack and defense during combat anytime Quan is fighting an infantry, armored, or cavalry foe. Basically, plus 5 attack and defense against anyone who isn't a flyer. It's a very simple effect with a straightforward downside, and it brings Quan up to a monstrous 58 attack with his weapon and 36 defense before any other skills or buffs. Quan is very heavily geared up for melee combat, and with any kind of buffs, he'll be very strong. Quan brings a new power creep version of the dual rally skills with rally speed and defense plus. It's a 400 SP skill, which means a lot for anyone min-maxing for arena, and it's pretty powerful. These new rally plus skills seem to give plus 6 to 2 stats, which is just insane, and literally doubled the power of a regular dual rally skill. Anyone who loves field bells is going to love these new rally plus skills, and it now seems obvious that we'll probably get more of these in the future with all the different variants. With Death Blow 4, Bomb plus healer specials, and now dual rally plus assist skills, it either means like a skill refining system may come into play, or power creep is here in a more obvious aspect and you're going to need to summon newer and newer characters to get these better skills. As a gacha game, that's not entirely surprising, but hopefully it doesn't head in that direction. For Quan's new A skill, he brings steady posture, and I absolutely dislike whoever does the naming for these skills because posture is literally just the same as stance type skills. The only reason they had to come up with another name is because steady stance already exists. While steady stance grants plus 6 defense, steady posture grants plus 4 speed and defense when attacked. Again, don't confuse posture for a new type of skill, it literally is just the same as the stance type effects. For Quan specifically, this puts him at 33 speed and 35 defense, which can go up to 40 defense with the Gay Bogue. This is decent, and if Quan gets buffed up by Holy Emblem team buffs, he is going to be a monster. Regarding the other units who may want steady posture, it's the same effect as Nephene's Dauntless Lance gets, so stacking it can be decent. Sharena can also use it in place of speed and defense bond if you ended up refining her Fenceler with the special upgrade. Moving on to Silvia, she is another Red Sword infantry dancer joining her daughter Lewyn and Olivia. She has a typical lore attack, higher speed stat line for a dancer, but she has a pretty high 40 HP. Her defense is quite low at only 17, but her resistance is at 30, which gives her great magical bulk overall. To make things crazier, Silvia comes with the new Barrier Blade Plus, which is an inheritable sword that grants plus 7 resistance when attacked. Basically, it's the res version of the Safeguard sword Lewyn has. While obviously you can give Barrier Blade to any unit with good res to boost it even further, you can also use it in the same way people use Berkut's Lance by giving it to a unit with naturally high defense. In terms of sword units, I'm willing to bet we'll see Ardens rocking Barrier Blade, or maybe an infantry unit like Hinata. Since it does grant more resistance, Distant Counter is a common pairing since it lets melee units use that extra res to tank and retaliate against mages. Silvia's new B skill is another dancer only skill called Deluge Dance. It grants plus 3 speed and plus 4 resistance after you dance that unit, and it's just another variation on the dancer only skills we've seen. You can pair it up with the Earth Dance Sacred Seal if you want, so that it also adds plus 5 defense as well. Moving on to Lewyn, or Lewyn, however you want to say it, he is a beast. He is a green infantry mage who actually bests regular Nino in terms of offensive power. With 34 attack and 37 speed, Lewyn is a very strong offensive mage, and that is only further proven by his unique weapon. Lewyn's legendary tome is called Forseti, and it's a 14-white tome that also grants plus 3 speed. Forseti's true power is that it allows Lewyn to make a follow-up attack before the foe can counter if he is above 50% HP and is the one initiating. Basically, this is the same as Desperation, but instead of having to be below 75% HP, Lewyn just has to be above 50% HP. With his natural Swiss Spyro in his kit, Lewyn already reaches 44 speed, so he should be able to double most enemies on his own. As long as he gets that double, Forseti allows him to just attack twice, making him a ridiculously powerful mage. Against distant counter units, if they don't prevent Lewyn from doubling, then he can just take them out safely, which is one of the main benefits of running Fury plus Desperation on mages. Now if you want to have some fun, Forseti is busted when paired with a Breaker skill. Because Breaker skills grant a guaranteed follow-up against their respective enemy units, Lewyn can just attack twice in a row since Forseti's effect will proc off of any follow-up. Unlike when using Desperation, Lewyn won't have to play around a fickle HP range of 50% to 75%. He can abuse breaker skills at full strength thanks to Forsetti. That being said, Lewyn comes with a new B skill that will be tough to replace. Special Spyro is a B skill that grants -2 special cooldown after combat if the unit is able to proc their special before or during combat. This is the same effect as Dark Mistletoe, but is a skill restricted to infantry and armors only, which means Ares and Eldigan retain their uniqueness. Special Spyro covers all specials except Gale Force, which activates after combat. It's tough to get started since it grants no upfront cooldown, but once you do get that first special proc, it literally spirals out of control from there. It's best used with other skills that grant special cooldown, and Lewyn can use this skill nicely since he comes with Glimmer by default, which instantly gets charged after Special Spyro activates. With Forsetti, Swiss Sparrow, Special Spyro, and Odd Attack Wave all in his natural base kit, Lewyn is going to be a very good unit to chase after. That wraps up this short banner breakdown. In essence, all three of these units are pretty good, with Quan being a simple stat boosting melee brawler, Silvia being a dancer with an emphasis on res tanking, and Lewyn being a speedy mage who would dish out insane amounts of damage without being touched. Personally, I would love to get Lewyn because I just think Forsetti is too good, plus Special Spyro would be a fun skill to use. It's just kinda ridiculous. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and good luck summoning. I'll see you in the next one.